Hey, it's Coach Manny and I'm pumped up like I usually am, right? Are you fired up today? Are you excited about what you're doing? Check out the statement on the backboard. I think you can read it. Cold calling is dead. What do you think? You think cold calling is dead or people just don't like to do it? You think cold calling don't work? Let me tell you, there are not all those cold calls coming in on my phone and your phone. If cold calling is dead or cold calling doesn't work, why would my phone still be ringing? Why would companies being who do cold calls have such great success? What what's going on? Cold calling is not dead. Cold calling still the same place it's always been. People don't like to do it. So I'm going to share 5 quick points with you today. They're up on the board just so you can see them. Number 1, you need a good list. What good's making calls if you don't have a good list, if you don't have the name, the contact, or phone number? So if you have a good list, bam, checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2. You need a good script. And I don't mean something like you get these calls and people read the scripts, right? And you know, some of us try to throw them off. I mean, I got to tell you that honestly. But you need a good script. And you need to know the answers to those questions when the people pose them. You need to be smooth. You need to practice, right? How many times we tell you about that one? Number 3, you need consistency. You can't do cold calls whenever I feel like. This week, when are you doing cold calls? Are you doing them every day? Are you doing them a couple days? How many? For how long? That is consistency, week in, week out. Watch what happens. Number 3, you need to measure. And I don't just mean measure how many appointments. How many dials did you make? How many people did you connect with? How many appointments did you make? You need to track that information. You know, what we measure, we accomplish. What we don't measure, we know. And finally, the attitude of the person making cold calls. I don't want to make cold calls. Well, neither do most people, right? Remember the sales rep who worked for me? He was like dynamite. He was just Mr. Cold Call. I would watch him on the phone, bam, bam, bam. He would make those cold calls. The only problem was when he got done and we had regular handsets, he would pop that sucker down and I had to buy him a new phone every month. But he was so successful, who cares? So there are 5 points. You think cold calls are dead? You're wrong. Cold calls are just another part of your sales process. So make it work. This is the coach saying, hey, did you come to our boot camp? If you didn't, you need to come to the next one. Are you pumped up? Make cold calls part of your process and watch how much success you have. So, Coach, as always saying, let's reach out, just as my friend Burrow always said, and make this a better world. Thank you.